Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Holler Hill Homestead. I'm Caitlin, and today I'm going to be processing a couple of my meat birds. So I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I feel is very important, but might be a little bit difficult for some people to talk about and to think about. I wanted to talk to you guys about why do Ryan and I process our own livestock and why do we hunt. We've mentioned in our last two videos that hunting season is coming up. In fact, I think today is the 30th. So hunting season starts in 2 days. I don't know. Are there 30 or 31 days this month? I don't know. And we're going to be hunting for black-tailed deer. So hopefully we will each get a deer, and that will help fill our freezer, in addition to the turkeys that we've raised for meat. And we also have a rooster that we don't have a need for. So he will be going in the freezer as well. It might seem cruel to you that we kill our own animals. But you just have to remember that, well, let me back up. You guys, we live in a world where everything is so easy for us. You know, a lot of people complain about life and things being hard, but you guys don't know how hard things really could be. Life is so easy. If you need food for you or your family, all you have to do is go outside, get in your car, go down to a store, and pick it up off the shelf. You pay for it with some paper that we call money, and in your mind, that's the only cost involved in that food. Sorry guys, it's windy today. I also have to apologize. The neighbors are doing some construction, so you'll hear some construction sounds in the background. But when we go to the grocery store and we pick up, let's talk about meat. We pick up some meat out of the freezer section. It doesn't look like an animal anymore. And in doing so, we are absolved from the responsibility of knowing what that really costs. Think about the farmer who spent 14-hour days at least raising that animal for you. And then all of the hands involved in taking that animal and getting it to a grocery store where you could pick it up. And more importantly, you guys, that costs a life. If you're going to eat meat, it's a responsibility we have to know that that costs a life. Our grandparents knew this. They process their own animals all the time. But everything has become so easy and so automated for us in this world that we don't really think about where the things that we have come from. So that's why we process our own meat. For that reason, and also because I like to know that the animal that I am eating lived a good life, that it wasn't crammed into the smallest cage legally allowed to be pumped full of food until it was fat enough to be butchered. You know, I take great care of my animals. They live a good life up until butcher day. They're not pumped full of hormones and antibiotics. And we know what's going in our bodies. And we have an appreciation that I think a lot of people are lacking. Now, I am not here to lay guilt on anybody or fault anybody from eating meat. We eat meat. And I'm not saying that everybody has to go and process their own meat. But what my hope is to inspire you guys to live a life of gratitude and to think about where the things that you have truly come from. The next time that you have a plate of food in front of you, my hope is that you will look at every single item on that plate and you will take a moment and think about what it took for that item to get to you. And be thankful for all of the people that were involved. And if it's meat, be grateful for the life that was given. Just because you buy meat at the store doesn't mean something didn't die. Okay? So, is it easy to slaughter your own animals? No. I butchered my first turkey at, I think, 17 years old. And I've done several different animals. And different types of animals, and I've done quite a few up to this time. And it never gets easier for me. Now, I can only speak to my personal experience with this, but I don't know. I think that if you know somebody who processes their own animals and they say that it's gotten easier for them, something doesn't seem right there, because I think every single one I do gets a little bit harder. But for me, I feel like that's the responsibility that I need to take if I'm going to eat meat. And we try to produce our other food as well. You know, we have a garden. It didn't do very great this year, you guys, but we try to grow what we can. We want to live a life that is sustainable and where we are self-sufficient. And because things might not always be so easy, you guys. There could come a day where the things you need are not in the store. We've seen just a taste of that this last year, you guys. Just a little taste. And everybody got so upset and angry that the things they wanted were not on the shelf. Like they were owed those things. You guys, the world does not owe you anything. It doesn't. Your life, your survival, your success, and your happiness rests solely on you. So that's why we process our own animals. I hope that I was able to say everything that I wanted to say. I had a lot of thoughts about this, and I've been thinking about this for a few days about making this video. I'm sure I left some things out, but just live a life of gratitude, you guys. Be grateful for the things that you have. Be grateful that life can be so easy for us. But don't lose sight of the fact that nothing's free. Everything costs something, and that paper money is just the surface. Everything costs time, everything costs labor, everything costs, well, in the case of me, it costs a life. So be grateful for the things you have, love the people you're with, and go outside today. Go outside and enjoy the sun. All right, you guys. Well, that's all I had about that. I'm going to go take care of these birds. I am not going to film the kill process. I feel like I owe it to these animals that I raised to be fully present with them and to not be distracted and to be able to make their last few moments as quick and as humane as possible. I might film a little bit of the butchering process, but I am alone today. Ryan is at work, and it's kind of hard to do that work and to film at the same time. So I'll see what I can get together for you guys. If anybody is interested in a video of the whole process, put a comment down below and we can talk about that. We have one more turkey that we are not doing today. We'll do in a couple of weeks, and maybe we can do a more detailed how-to of how to process your own meat birds. But there's tons of videos out there on YouTube that you guys can look up if you want to know how the process is done. I wanted to talk to you guys more about why we do what we do and why we live the way that we live. So I hope you can all respect and appreciate that. Again, I love you guys. I got to get to work. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. you guys, I'm sorry that I didn't end up with more footage of that. By the time I moved on to the turkey, I was just like in work mode and didn't do any filming, but that was the rooster getting processed. It took me a couple hours. I've got them both done now. And I gotta say, I'm really relieved. You know, I'd been not looking forward to this day, but knowing I needed to get it done, both that tom turkey and the rooster were getting really, really rough with my girls. And they weren't liking that very much. So, Coop is happy now. It's all ladies in there. They're all going to give me some eggs. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping by.